Definitely skip the intro for this shit. Every time you want to disappoint, you want a Jew to disappoint you, they go and do the fucking complete opposite. The complete opposite. Everything down to that thumbnail. You're like, dude, how you gonna fucking try to compare Kyle Rittenhouse to these shits? My guy. But, the question is how will he find a way to fuck it up? I was watching it. I got 2 minutes into it and he already switched the narrative on me. And I'm like, whoa, you are right. And this is the shit I was trying to get across the Jeremy shit. You know what I mean? How do you feel about that, Jeremy? Kyle's case is over, yo. What's going on downtown? What's going on over there? Oh, my fault. Black dude just ran some people over. We gotta run over to that shit now? Nah, my fault. We gotta look up people's Twitter files. But I bet you Ben does that shit too. Because I think fucking moments later, he does make a video about that shit. But yeah, my fault. Let's just get to this video, yo, because there's not much.
Rittenhouse trial continues to unfold, and frankly, the reactions are sort of more interesting than the trial at this point, because it is perfectly obvious that Kyle Rittenhouse acted in self-defense. That was obvious from the time the footage came out. I waited to sort of make a final judgment on it until the prosecution brought forth its case, because sometimes you get information that you didn't have before. It turns out the prosecution not only didn't have any information, the prosecution witnesses turned into...
Yo, the only information you could have is that fucking Kyle Rittenhouse himself jumped up and pulled off the mask before fucking innocent. And he was like, haha, suckers, I did it. And it was like, whoa, what, nigga? We didn't come to a verdict yet. Let's just go back in there. This dude's nuts. That's the only way, dude. Or y'all dig up some shit now from this past, yo. Like he was a fucking 13-year-old kid singing 50 Cent songs, yo. Using the N-word.
Defense witnesses. But it doesn't matter. People are very invested in this particular case. And when you think about it, it doesn't make a lot of sense. Why are people in the media so invested in this particular case? And you understand why they were invested in the Brett Kavanaugh case. Because there we were talking about a conservative justice being added to the Supreme Court and shifting the balance of the court from 5-4 Republican appointees to 6-3 Republican appointees. You understand why they were so entranced with the Christine Blasey Ford claims, even though there was no evidence to back them. You even understand why the left gets very involved in trials like George Floyd and Derek Chauvin. Even though there was no accusation of racism, at least the races match up with the narrative that the left wanted to tell, which is that black people are routinely mistreated by white cops. Even though the evidence does not show that black people are under the knee of American police throughout the nation due to race. But you understand why they were pushing that narrative, and you understood that at least the races of the people involved matched up. The Kyle Rittenhouse trial makes no sense. It doesn't make any sense on sort of a pure point of view, because Kyle Rittenhouse is white, and all three of the people he shot were white, and all the people who were burning things that night were white. So that's a lot of white people, right? So what you're talking about is a bunch of people who are burning down Kenosha, Wisconsin, mainly because they were supposedly angry about the shooting of Jacob Blake, who happened to be a career criminal who was shot while holding a knife after refusing to put down the knife after police told him to put down the knife. They'd been called to the scene by his ex-wife, who was accusing him of attempting to rape her in the past, and then showing up and trying to get the kids in the here and now. So it's like a bad case. If you're going to pick an example of a controversy that really demonstrates how bad America is, this is a bad one. It's hard to shoehorn it into the racial narrative. And what's really fascinating is the difference in attention that's being paid to, for example, the Arbery trial, this trial versus the Arbery trial, the Rittenhouse trial versus the Arbery trial. The Arbery trial matches up much more closely with the sort of narrative that the left wishes to purvey. Right? In that particular case, you have a black man who gets shot to death after he is on an open construction site and then runs away from the open construction site. And some white guys chase him down in the truck. They try to run him off the road. And then finally they blockade the road. And when he tries to, they're holding guns to try and stop him from running away, even though he wasn't effectively committing a crime. Right? There was no accusation that Arbery had committed a crime by walking around the open construction site. And he tried to push his way through. At one point, there's a struggle for the gun, and somebody shoots him. Right? That one seems to match up much more closely with the narrative that the left would like to push about how all American white people are attempting to gun down all black people, are racially profiling them, etc. But the disparate amount of attention paid to the Arbery trial versus the amount of attention...
We respect them enough to give them their word. You probably get the money regardless of the fact, right? We don't have to watch the second video. So far.
But the disparate amount of attention paid to the Arbery trial versus the amount of attention paid to the Rittenhouse trial is really fascinating because, again, one seems to fit the narrative and one really does not so much. So why? Why, you have to ask yourself, why is it that the media are so really just right on when it comes to the Rittenhouse trial? Just spotlight, laser focus on the Rittenhouse trial. When it comes to the Arbery case, we'll sort of cover it, kind of, a little bit. And the answer is, I think, that for the left, once there is a narrative that they have established with regard to a particular case.
No, Ben. My fault. You definitely, damn. No, Ben, no, Ben. No. Because one is a blatant fucking cry for some silly, I don't know, mob justice. The prosecution was voting for mob justice that day, which is fucking weird as fuck. Weird as shit, my guy. And two, with that shit, think about what happens if these dudes do get off. Think about what happens if these dudes do get off. Remember, Reverend didn't go to fucking the one down there. He didn't go to the white boys trial. At least I don't think he did. That would be awfully awkward, bro. Like, yo, you advocating for white lives too? Oh shit, that's what I'm here for? My fault. No, a bunch of fringe people. What was Robin House? What the fuck is else? Scavenge House? Whatever the fuck that dude's name is. Didn't fucking the defense say that this dude was part of some sort of revolution? But yeah, they support Black Lives Matter, so they must be Black Lives Matter. Yeah. But President Bush, not Bush, yeah, probably even Bush, but President fucking Trump can't be associated with fucking neo-supremacist Nazis because, you know, he doesn't say that shit. He's not like me and be like, I don't fucking know Nazis, dude. What the fuck's wrong with you? Do you practice Nazism? Dude, where do they do that at? Where are they putting Jews in the fucking gas chambers? Holy fuck, nigga. You were wildin'. Boys from Brazil work both sides of the aisle, yo. They want you to work and not them. And the best way to do that shit is have everybody bump heads. But my fault, Ben. Benjamin, what was you saying? The left is doing...
It's like the Rittenhouse trial. And once that narrative starts to implode, you must be lied to. It's not about trying to convince you that America is racist or terrible. It's that you must be told not to believe your eyes. As the case gets worse for the left becomes more ardent about defending the case. So remember, the original case the left wanted to make with regard to Rittenhouse, that Rittenhouse was a white supremacist. And the reason that he went there that night is because he was a racist who opposed to Black Lives Matter. And the fact that all the people he shot were white was sort of irrelevant.
And as I look through this shit, my nigga ain't saying a goddamn thing before this about this shit. He played the narrative with the fucking media. That's what these guys do. Come on, Ben. I'm with you with the fucking personal responsibility kick. I still gotta kick a kick. Holy shit. Let a nigga learn how to clean the crib a little bit. Personal problems. But you, my dude, stop this fucking narrative of a fatherless father. We all know it's black politics. You know what I mean? Oh, my fault. Black capitalism. In a nutshell. They say it's Black Wall Street, but it's really black capitalism. Isn't that what Wall Street is? Nah. But, my fault. We all become what we hate.
The question, because those people were protesting alongside Black Lives Matter. So the big narrative was Rittenhouse, giant white supremacist, probably a Trump supporter, really bad white guy. And this bad white guy is juxtaposed to the coalition of the oppressed and their white allies. And so Rittenhouse is bad, and the people that he shot are good. Now, as the facts emerge, and it turns out that all three of the people that Rittenhouse shot attacked him, and that all three had criminal records, and that one was a child molester, and that one of them was literally raising a gun to shoot Kyle Rittenhouse when he was shot, and that the third was bashing Kyle Rittenhouse in the head with a skateboard when he was shot. Right? As those facts emerge, you would imagine that the media might back off. No, that's the whole point. The media cannot back off. The media must double down, because you must show your faith in the narrative.
Oh, bro. Because, yo, one of them's is a stupid fucking outrage. You feel me? There was fucking what, like 1 or 2 fucking wackadoos there during the trial, whatever, screaming black. A Spanish dude and a fucking white dude is all I seen on the camera. But again, you as well between the whole fucking year. I mean, shit, hold on. I'm looking at my fucking thing right now of you, bro. Let's see. I had to Google it. Ahmaud Arbery, Ben Shapiro. 1 fucking video on that shit, my guy. 9 days ago from today. 9 days ago from today. But then, before the verdict, fucking trial attorney, Misty, whatever. Oh, my fault. Shit, 1 year ago. Shapiro reaction to killing him thing. We'll watch that one after this one. Holy shit. But my fault. We'll go on again.
The reason that the fact pattern does not match,
Foot and mouth,
for the left, that's almost a feature, not a bug. What I mean by that is that when the fact pattern matches their narrative, everybody agrees that the case should go one particular way, and there's no disagreement. When there is disagreement, the left jumps all over it because they want to force you to not believe your own eyes. You see this all the time. And so the left will continue to maintain that Michael Brown, who was shot justifiably by a police officer, is in fact a victim of white law enforcement. Like today, they will claim that Michael Brown, who by all of the evidence, witness evidence, forensic evidence, Michael Brown attacked a police officer in a police car, and then he tried to run away. And then when the police officer told him to stop, he charged the police officer and was shot for his trouble. It didn't matter that hands up, don't shoot never happened. It became a core part of the left's narrative. In fact, if you didn't believe the narrative, this meant you were bad. Right? If there were riots in Ferguson, Missouri, over the shooting of a guy who was attacking a police officer, the president of the United States, Barack Obama, would get on national TV and say that people don't make up stories like this, even though this story was literally made up beginning.
There's someone here who wants to meet you.
God damn, I owe you 2 commercials, Jill, for being wrong. God damn it.
My name is Moxie. What is your name?
I'm Riley.
It's nice to meet you, Riley. We
Go
have
outside,
a
my
new mission.
nigga.
Would you make a drawing for me?
Okay.
Holy fuck. Why aren't your parents doing this shit? Your parents should be doing
love
these
stories.
things, my friend.
Would you read a story to me?
They're right there.
Sure. Rita woke with a lovely dream.
Holy shit.
Riley,
God damn it.
what
Talk
does it
about
mean
being
to be
disconnected
kind?
with your friends. Where'd the lighter go?
And then what happened?
I gotta watch.
He said he didn't want to play with me anymore.
Thank you for telling me about your day.
There's probably more dudes out there.
For this mission, you'll need to talk to one of your friends about what makes them happy. Are you ready?
Fish on fire. We're gonna cook fish with
I'm
magnifying glasses. God damn it, dog, yo. 2 fucking commercials. How long is this one gonna be? Holy shit.
My name is Alexis Cabrera.
My name is Ivana Rose Bramson.
I'm Valerie Augustine. Dependability is super important, especially for a small business owner like myself.
Having a refillable tank enables us to be really cost effective in our printing. I can print cardstock, I can print name tags,
Spreadsheets, floor inspiration, tile inspiration.
Once I plugged it in, it's on and it's going to run exactly when I need it.
The Canon Maxify GX Series Megatank printers are built for business.
For business, yo. Capitalism. It's a thing.
Barack Obama would get on national TV and say that people don't make up stories like this, even though this story was literally made up beginning to end by the media and by witnesses who were lying about it at the time.
Yeah.
Including people who were friends with Michael Brown, right? The Michael Brown case was a big focus of the media. You know what wasn't a big focus of the media? The Walter Scott case. Remember that Walter Scott was a black man who was shot in the back running away from police officers in South Carolina, and the police officer shot him, killed him, and then proceeded to plant a gun on him. That officer ended up going to jail.
God damn it. God damn it, Ben. You just dropping bombs on me, bro. I didn't know any of this. You're right. You're right. Did you comment on any of those too? But you must have cared if you looked it up. And then, I don't know. Again, you should still be also advocating for these sorts of justices as well. As well as many videos as you made for Kyle, you should have been making for Homeboy. That's what Black Lives Matter should really mean. That's what Black Lives Matter should really mean, bro. Holy shit, the fucking nutshell. But god damn it, dog. Again, a year ago, you got me.
And he ended up being convicted. That doesn't fit the left-wing narrative, which is the entire system is
it's
bad.
done.
So they have to pick controversial cases. They have to pick a case in which you or I or anyone else looks at the evidence and says, no, I don't think this fits the narrative. Because everything must fit the narrative. Even if it doesn't fit the narrative, it has to fit the narrative. And if you argue with the narrative, this is just demonstration of the white supremacy of the system. That's why the left is paying attention to the Rittenhouse trial, but not paying attention to the Arbery trial, because there's every possibility in the Arbery trial that...
Yo, you talk like, yo, is my
The
shit
president
on
of-
fucking ultra speed still, bro? Shit. Nah, this shit's on normal speed, Ben. Slow your voice down. Holy shit.
The United States, Barack Obama would get on national TV and say that people don't make up stories like this, even though this story was literally made up beginning to end by the media and by witnesses who were lying about it at the time, including people who were friends with Michael Brown. Right? The Michael Brown case was a big focus of the media. You know what wasn't a big focus of the media? The Walter Scott case. Remember that Walter Scott was a black man who was shot in the back running away from police officers in South Carolina. And the police officer shot him, killed him, and then proceeded to plant a gun on him. That officer ended up going to jail. And he ended up being convicted. That doesn't fit the left-wing narrative, which is the entire system is bad. So they have to pick controversial cases. They have to pick a case in which you or I or anyone else looks at the evidence and says, no, I don't think this fits the narrative. Because everything must fit the narrative. Even if it doesn't fit the narrative, it has to fit the narrative. And if you argue with the narrative, this is just demonstration of the white supremacy of the system. That's why the left is paying attention to the Rittenhouse trial, but not paying attention to the Arbery trial. Because there's every possibility in the Arbery trial that based on the available fact pattern, that this is going to go down as manslaughter or murder. It's pretty incredible. It's the same thing with Derek Chauvin, by the way. The Derek Chauvin George Floyd trial, the evidence tended to show, I maintain, the evidence tended to show that George Floyd died of essentially a drug overdose based on his pre-existing medical conditions, and that he was not, in fact, killed by the knee to the neck.
But the kicker is, though, Ben, it's like, yo, when he started saying that shit, they should have got off of him. He was already handcuffed at his feet and his leg, his hands and his feet, bro, I believe. Or he could have got off his neck and held him at his feet and was like, dude, relax, calm down. It's like he showed no care for his well-being. That's where you're missing it, Ben. God damn it, I knew I had to come in here somewhere. Couldn't agree with everything he was saying. It wouldn't be me. We wouldn't be drunk at the bar if you were saying these things. You feel me? They didn't have to go that far. That's what Black Lives Matter means, people. You know what I'm saying? Dude, I've seen a case of, like, that's what's crazy about, dog, you can see nutty shit on YouTube. I seen a case on YouTube, right, where a fucking, a kid, white kid, I guess I gotta go with fucking, we gotta go color coding and shit. I seen a white kid get stunned by the police, right? An overzealous cop stunned a kid till he was brain dead. That kid happened to be a fucking, what was it? His father was a fucking, oh my God, he was like a detective or some shit for it. He was a cop. His dad was a cop. Yo, you know that other cop got fried? You know that shit? Holy fuck, nigga. And it's not even like fucking, it's funny because the left will, some of these lefties will say class, but no, they will throw race. It is definitely fucking class, Ben. You know what I'm saying? You are not one of us. You are not one of us, dog, yo. Holy shit. Eric wants the left.
Okay,
the right.
That's what I still believe that Derek Chauvin should not have been convicted, certainly of murder, and probably not of manslaughter.
But
the left has to maintain, because I maintain that, the left has to maintain that is evidence that America is broadly racist. They look for controversial cases. They don't want clear-cut cases. Clear-cut cases are the enemy of the left. And so they will continue to maintain in the Rittenhouse case that Rittenhouse is guilty, and that if you oppose the notion that Rittenhouse is guilty, that's what they're looking for. They're looking for the controversy because these cases are not about the people at the center of the cases. These cases are about you and your reaction. These cases are about how you react to the evidence. If you react by saying, wait, I disagree with the narrative, that's because you are a racist. And even if you're right, you're still a racist. The battle for the culture is heating up. We here at the Daily Wire are making some big moves. So be sure to like, subscribe, ring that bell, because you're not going to want to miss a single moment.
Hold on, Sam. You see that shit, Sam? They making big moves, bro. What are you doing over there at Minority Report? The same old bullshit. Yo, man, they're doing the same old bullshit over there at the Minority Report, bro. Holy fuck. You hear that shit? We making big moves. Yo, I bet you Candace told him that shit as he was licking a clip. Holy fuck, I need to learn how to make fucking... Yo, when I learn how to fucking start doing things... Holy shit. Let me not start doing things. My fault, Ben. We're gonna watch this Aubrey shit, bro. From a year ago. It's only got 331k views. I don't know. That's capitalism, right? Yo. Oh, man. Be